to Hemp with Gigi, the channel that reviews grow equipment and gives you tips and tricks if you're playing and healthy. Today, or I should say, so tomorrow, the morning, I don't know, it's really early, but I thought I'd come live and show you the 4x4. We just did a 5x5 live about 5 hours ago, and there was some great guests and some great information. So definitely check out that 5x5. We talked about some very interesting topics, and I shared some thoughts. But for now, here we are in the 4x4 Medic Grow Old. Use code HWG. You'll save yourself 10% on this light or any other Medic Grow light. I'm gonna roll, and we'll jump into stuff. Don't know where my chest mount is, so looks like you're gonna wait a second while I roll a joint. Here, you wanna hang out in the pot? There you go. Water my plants while you're in there. I'm going to be in there. Might as well do something. Right. Let me move this joint, and I'll show you what's going on in this. Like I said, we just did a live over in the 5x5. Talked about a bunch of training techniques and lighting and density. Like, if you ain't seen the last live we just did, the Spectrum X live, definitely go check that out. I was dropping some bombs over there. Just some, basic stuff that we really kind of overlook as a grower. Trying to speed roll this joint, I'm just dropping bud everywhere. All right. Dropped you in the soil some more. There we go. We'll blow you off. But yeah, these are 4 blue gelatos over here, and then these are 2 banana crumbles. You can see definitely some different characteristics between the strains. And you see that the banana are definitely a little more straggly, I guess is the right word. A little more stretchy and straggly, while these blue gelatos are definitely more very flat leaf. It seems like they almost have an environmental issue. Yeah, we're building a nice canopy here. I think they're about 2 weeks into flower. I should probably look at that while I'm here. Let me look at the calendar. How long have these been in flower? Calendar. Oh, where thou shalt find my calendar. There's such with you. I can't find it. There it is. They have been into flower. They're 3 weeks into flower. Yeah, these are 3 weeks into flower. I was trying to see how long they've been in flower. Do wish I got a little bit more nodes out of these. These might be a bit short, but we'll see what the rest. Because you'll get a little bit more stretch. That'll be an alright size nug if that all closes up. We'll see. But overall, we got a pretty even canopy over here too. Not only in that 5x5, but over here. Might have to scoot this scoot this fan up. It's a little on him, huh? A little bit on him. Ain't hitting nobody at least. It just barely passes that. What's up, man? How you doing? We're in here in the full 8 4x4. We were just doing a live in the 5x5 a few hours ago. They're off now. They may actually be chopped here in a day or so. I don't know. I keep racking my brain around when I'm going to chop these, but it's got to happen. You got to grow them and let them go. How many plants are in there? What field? There's 6 plants in here. 6 plants in a 4x4, and this light dimmed down to 80% because that's what it runs at in here. Has some great density on the side and everything, so we are going to have some great density all the way across. But overall, I think it's 1,200 micromoles, and I usually get like 0.65 grams per micromole, so maybe close to 2 pounds will come out of here. And they're 3 weeks into flower now, so these will be chopped here in a few days. They'll dry for at least a week, so when I'm trimming these will be about 4 weeks out from finishing. Nice, man. I appreciate the subscribe. If you want to check out the big girls, I mean, these are about to be chopped here very soon, and they're probably some of the biggest buds I've seen. You can watch the last live I just did, or you can watch any of the playlists from Spectrum X. I really appreciate that sub. Trying to make it to 1,000 by the 1 year mark. My 1 year mark on YouTube will be December 3rd of this year, of course. So hopefully, we'll make it to that 1 year mark. See if I can't raise that fan a little bit. I'll have to get in there later with two hands. Tyson, what's up? Yeah, you missed the live, Tyson. We did a live over here on this 5x5. I think it was the last live you're ever gonna see of her. She's gonna be chopped down, but we did some defoliation too. I did a video on that. Defoliation and flushing. I think it's episode 7 of the Spectrum X. It sucks. I don't have a bench over here. You know, when I'm at the 5x5, I have a bench I can sit on. Need to scoot that bench over. What's up, Jimmy C? Yeah, all the late night hours. You guys missed that 5x5 live. I can't wait to chop her. I'm almost tempted to do it in the morning before lights on. I ain't gonna lie. Well, I guess not in the morning. It'd be my morning, the afternoon. Light it up and take a puff. Pass it to me now. You can find me smoking on dope. I don't like to copyright it, but you get the point. Light it up. Pass it. But yeah, these girls are looking good. Training really paid off, but it's the same training I did over in the 5x5 that you guys see. Top down from 5 to 3, remove node 1, and retop everybody. As you see, I did use some yo-yo or plant trainers in here. But yeah, it all kind of comes back to the same statement I made in the live in the 5x5. You really wouldn't want to take your canopy that you have here. You have a pretty nice canopy, be it in veg or be it in flower. You wouldn't want to take this canopy and just get rid of it, basically, is what some people will do. They'll tie this flat. And now they've got rid of their entire canopy. All this is going to have to turn up like so, and now re-veg. Now you're basically re-vegging everything, where you can take this same arm, bring this down, but bring your shoot in. So now you're able to lower that and just have this elbow. But you're bringing this up instead of letting this just flat tied to the pot, which do no good. You're able to get that elbow and then lollipop everything underneath this elbow. You can do that by super cropping. You can do it with some trainers. But a good way to do it is when it's young and veg, just come in here and work this stem, soften it up, and kind of lay her down. And what she'll do, if you don't tie her flat, obviously, is what she'll do as you kind of soften her up. She'll open a little bit and then lean back towards the light, open a little bit. And you'll start getting that elbow while still maintaining that canopy instead of just losing it altogether. But yeah, she's going to be an all right girl. They definitely thought they'd have a little bit more stretch in them, but this is the first time I've ran this light in a 4x4. Morning. Good morning. Yeah, it's the first time I've ran this light in a 4x4, so I was expecting a little bit more stretching, but she didn't give it to me, so it's going to be a little bit of a short grow. Like I said, there'll still be some, I'd say 6-inch colas or so, as long as everything kind of closes up, which it should. Still be like 6-7-inch colas in some spot. And these bananas over here, these 4 are blue gelato. This one, this one, this one, and this one. These 2 over here on the right, these are these blue gelato, or I'm sorry, those are the blue gelatos, those 4. This is a banana crumble, both of these are. And these banana crumbles definitely stretched pretty badly. You might even have to get some lollipopping. Yeah, it is lollipopped out there, good. So yeah, my canopy starts about there. Yeah, these bananas have not been my favorable trait. They really are very temperamental to temperature, these banana crumbles. I forget who made them, I apologize, but they're very temperamental, like to environment, to nutrients. They were the first one crying about feed. They were the first ones to kind of be wilting about watering habits. They're very finicky. If you underwater them, they let you know immediately. If you overwater them, they let you know immediately. There's no forgiveness on these banana crumbles. But it's such a big difference live streaming this 4x4 flower tank compared to that 5x5 over there. But what I can say is definitely these blue gelatos are just really happy girls. They have real flat leaves. They're not too rigid. This one's got a little bit of rigidness on it. But overall, they're pretty flat leaves. A little bit of arch, a little bit of praying going on. Yeah, it definitely feels odd to be in the 4x4 showing stuff off. I'm usually in the 5x5, but now that the 5x5 will be leaving, I guess this will be our new live tent. Hopefully they get big and fat like the 5x5 did. Because right now, all I have to show you is these little babies, little tiny babies. But yeah, I'm addicted to blue gelato. If you can't tell, I got a 5x5 full of it, and 4 of them over here, and 2 bananas over there. I really should start trying to pull these out a little bit, but I think they've kind of found their place. Just as they gain some weight here, I might have to loosen up and bring them down a little bit again, not losing that canopy. Of course, you don't want to lose that. Drop my joint. I don't want to lose my joint either. Smoke it up, ladies and gentlemen. Smoke it up. But yeah, while we're here, we can actually talk a little bit about this light. You can use code HWGG, save yourself 10%. You'll pay $589 for this light. $589, and it runs at 80% in a 4x4. You could run it at 100% in a 5x5. I've done it. Got 35, 36 ounces from it. But it's probably the best par maps I've seen. Got 800 on the side and stuff. Blue Gorilla and Gorilla Zittles from the next batch. I tried some Zittles. I haven't tried the Gorilla Zittles, but tried some Zittles when I was playing with autos. But can't judge anything on autos, especially my skills with autos. Autos hate me, man. They hate me with a passion. I need to clean that fan. Look at that. Look at that. Who let their fan get that dirty? Some dirty ass grower. Need to wash his ass. Circle that back around. Let's see how dirty that motherfucker is. That's pretty dirty. Who let their fans get that dirty? I hope you guys clean your fans. This tent has been through hell, by the way. Ignore the whole me writing on shit, but this thing's been through hell. At one point, I had this cut open because I was trying to put an 8-inch in it, some shit we won't talk about. And then I ripped this zipper. What grow was it? I think it was the last 5x5. I ended up drying in here, and I ended up ripping it. So I had to put tape to try to get the zipper to stay. I still have some light leaks, but it's not a huge deal. Barney's top, man, huh? Barney's a good one. I really love Barney. They did my Blue Gelato 41, so hats off to them. They definitely got my vote on good breeder. Barney Farms all the way. But yeah, these are actually 3 weeks into flower today. Seem better. Seem worse. Let me grab an ashtray one sec. Yeah, I've definitely seen better this far in, and I've seen worse this far in. Hey, 420 Grow Tent. I don't think I've seen you at the 5x5 live either. Just gotta check that out after. Because these girls, that'll be the last time you see them live because they getting chopped here. I'm almost thinking in the morning, but trying to control my urges. Plants look great. Keep rocking. Yeah, this is the smaller 4x4 tent, so there's not like monster nugs to show off, but I think we'll have an all right grow over here. Like I said, she's about 3 weeks, so we got about 5 weeks left with her. Pretty much a month left with her. So we'll see what she can do then. We'll get a little bit more stretching, but it's week 3. She's probably done stretching. Still going to be an all right note. I don't think I'll hit my 2-pound yield unless I can get in here, maybe clean up some of this, put some energy in the correct spots. Probably is time to do some larf clean out. I'll have to save that for the episode coming up. Well, you know what we're going to cover? We're going to cover larf clean out. It was Barney Farms. Keep letting my joint go out. Look how bad I rolled this bitch. Somebody come roll these joints. Because I don't know what the hell I'm doing, obviously. Yeah, these girls look good. I'll take it. Like I said, I thought they'd do a little bit more stretching, but this is the first time running one of these fold eights in here. Still think it'll be an all right. Should probably turn this down while I'm in here. There we go. Now I don't feel like burning my eyeballs out. Dynavape. I don't know what a Dynavape is. Long time, huh? Yeah, I wish I had some big exciting nugs to show you, but this is all that's going on. You can see our next stuff that's coming up. These are going to be the ones that replace the stuff coming out of 5x5. So they'll be going in here. I think they're, God, I wish I wrote down dates before I came live. I don't know. I think they're like 2 weeks old. But they definitely had a rough start in life. This one's like 3 days old. I had a failure and had to restart, but she came up happy for me. She looks good. That girl's a little weak. I tried to turn on that fan back there to kind of strengthen them up, but she's just going to rely on that stick to hold her up, I guess. Yeah, these will be the ones in our next series. There's a few things in here, even some exciting runts. I don't know why that says 80. Oh my God. Is my air off? Yep, my air's off. It's pretty hot in here, but it is also sitting on the heating mat. Could be getting a false reading, but that's not cool. My air's off. I don't think I have a temp gun close by either to figure it out, but I don't think it's too hot. Work your power free. Power free, huh? I don't have any power free stuff. Don't know what that means, but yeah, it looks like I turned off my exhaust. I must have did it when I was filming or something to keep the sound down. Like I've turned the sound vents off on this one just to keep the sound down. Happy 420, by the way, everyone. Been trying to light this joint since 420. But yeah, I think we'll have another even canopy here. But yeah, definitely now that it's week 3, I would like to come in here and clean up just some of this stuff, that isn't going to make it to the top. Some of this. You could even keep the head, just push it into the middle, and then clean out some of these lower shoots. You can even take the leaves if you want, I don't care. But you're really after those bud sites. So you're basically what you did down here with a lollipop. You're kind of lollipopping some of these side artilleries, leaving your main, of course. God. Yeah, look at her. Do you think there's a chance that this is going to somehow make it out of that? It has zero chance. I don't have scissors large enough to cut this, so what I'm going to do is pop the head off. There we go. Yeah, there was no chance she was making it up there. And we'll just kind of go around and look at different stuff, figure out what we think needs cleaned out, get it over with now. Again, you can take some of these leaves if you want. They're just in your way. Just messing with the satellites that come off it. Just kind of go around here and clean this up. There we go. We're already looking better. Get these on this side. It's kind of just that elbow where everything kind of restarts again. Just lollipopping the individuals. Anything that's kind of hidden in the stem that ain't going to do anything. Now she's a little cleaner. These are going to be some probably like 7-8 inch freaking colas. These ain't going to be that big. Yeah. We got a freak that came back right here. Yeah, something like that I don't like. It's kind of keeping that lollipop zone clean. Yeah, she should be good. Yeah, now you know what you're going to see in this week's video. It's just going to be me coming in and cleaning out stuff. There's a lot of stuff that just didn't make it. But I knew that banana was going to be weird with those centers. We might have to talk about some slow down techniques where you can slow down some of these tops without actually training them out. We'll see what this week's video brings, but pretty much if there's something to do in the tent, I record it, and that's pretty much how I come up with my content. If there's something I need to do, I record it, and lately I've been going live. Like I said, that 5x5 live was really nice. That RIP saying goodbye to her. But yeah, you can see if you could do this with tie downs too. Maybe grab it right here, then slowly tie it while you let your canopy still maintain instead of just tying it flat. So then you get that elbow I was talking about. And then you can just clean up this elbow right here, lollipop it out. It's a nice shape there. Yeah, I'm gonna have to pull all these plants out here soon and figure out what kind of cleanup we need to do. These bananas definitely need my attention because they've just been really stretchy, scraggly, skin bastards. The one in the back has so much tape on it. Yeah, she didn't want to listen, so she got snapped a few times. But that's her problem, you know? She's got to live with that. Yeah, I wish I had more exciting nugs to show you, but all I got is these bad girls. We'll pop a link in chat, see if anybody wants to come up. Maybe show something a little deeper into flower, or just maybe some questions. Just don't flash me. All right? Probably just by saying that, I'll get flashed. Keep your, limbs inside. Hey, Buzzley Mellow. Mellow. We're just checking out the small 4x4 flower tent. Not a lot going on in here. 5x5 to where it's at. That's where they're really putting on the weight. These girls are only 3 weeks into flower, you know. They're trying. Still going to be an alright main fold there. Probably a good 8-incher. I'll take an 8-incher. I thought I'd have a little more canopy after flipping, but we'll have to take it as it is, I guess. Like I said, these girls are just so scraggly. I don't know what their issues are. But you kind of see how it seems like almost an environmental issue. There's just something they don't like in here. They're very picky on nutrients, water, everything. So, yeah, if you just look kind of at the structure of the leaf and how it hangs and sits, and then look over here, everything's kind of flat and stiff. These have a bit of that claw of death to them, but it's not a nitrogen because I'm not seeing the claw on the tip. It's just kind of the overall. The leaf stem's pretty thick and straight up. It's just the leaf itself that almost looks like overwater, but it's not. They just look completely different. You see that? Like those 4 blue gelatos look completely different than those. I don't know what their issues are, but we were able to straighten them out with a little feed. They were going a little crazy on us. Now it's just a matter of controlling the weird canopy. See, everybody else kind of grows flat like a bed, and they're growing like all weird and shit. I don't know what that's about. Yeah, anybody's welcome to pop up here. It's 4 in the morning. Bake off. Get stoned. Here, you want to hit this? Ooh, yeah, that tasty, huh? Thought so. Some Pineapple Express right there. That's just like 5 months old at this point. Maybe 6. That was a long time ago. That's a long time ago. That might have to become something long time ago. You can tell it's late in the morning and I'm super stoned. Yeah, I think we'll have another nice, flat, even canopy. Want to kind of give them some space here. We should have another nice, flat, even canopy. Have you seen the fasciation I had in here? How can I do this without getting that fan? Like, let me stop it from rotating. This is called fasciation or polydorax or something. But the nug, actually, the stem, we'll look at the stem first. The stem is actually completely flat. Can you see that? I can't see. There's a leaf in the way of my camera view, and now it's touching stuff. The stem itself is completely flat, like super flat. But then the nug itself is very like weirdly elongated. You would think that's just a double top, but it's like they call it a fasciation. Yeah, Pineapple Express does kick ass. I mean, it was one of those strains, and I haven't found it before, where it gets a different terpene taste as you cure it. Like, I shouldn't say because all gets a different taste as you cure it. I should say as you cure it more. Like its 30-day cure was super kind of fruity, and then as you got into that 60-day, 70-day cure, it became more of like a piney diesel. So I haven't had that before. Had some Barney pre-autos, and the other night was pretty properly stoned. Yeah, I'm not a fan of autos, but definitely glad you got stoned. Oh yeah, that's the last job. Yeah, I wish I had something more pretty to show you, but that's pretty much all I got. Just some small little 4x4 fucking flower tent. The 5x5 is way more interesting. Yeah, it was 4:20 in the morning. I was awake. Figured I'd come and show you guys some ladies. Not sure if I'll post this one, but glad I got to smoke some 420 with some buddies. Yeah, this just looks so sad compared to that 5x5. But what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? They don't start pretty, they end pretty, right? Over time, trying to give them some space to open themselves up. Really don't want them falling on each other or climbing each other. Oh yeah, Busby. Yeah, I don't know how interesting our lives are gonna be when that 5x5 is gone. That's about the most interesting lives we get. Yeah, look at those bananas, man. They just want to climb right up over everybody. Like, chill out, lady. Do a fucking chill pill. This joint is cheaping. Moving like a chimney. Yeah, this light barely fits in here. Like, barely fits in here, but it's one of the best 4x4 lights I've seen on the market. That's an old AC hose. I don't need it anymore. It just sits in here now. One day I'll pull it out, but it's like up over the tent. Yeah, I'm not feeling like fighting with that. Yeah, these girls need watered today, probably. I feel like watering. Yeah, ridiculous clip fan. Yeah, it's not a clip fan. It's a desk fan. It's just on one of the extra bars that came, and then I put styrofoam to kind of pull it off the backside so it could still oscillate without too much friction. And then I put some styrofoam here so the buttons wouldn't be pressed and the wire wouldn't be pinched in the back. I have another set of two small clip-ons and another desk fan that's going to end up on that side, but I think everything's going to have to be raised because she's pretty low to the canopy. But I also use plastic pallets just to kind of raise them off the floor. I don't know if it's like an OCD of mine or something, but it needs to be cleaned. There's some dirt down here. That's not good. Some dirt down here throws it in his grow room. I'll clean it up, guys. Don't worry. But yeah, I use these pallets. Just plastic pallets. What light is that? This is the Medic Grow Fold 8 light. You can use code HWGG to get 10% off, but it's one of the best 4x4 par maps I've ever seen, and it's only $589. And I ran this in a 5x5 at 100%, and I got 36 ounces. You run this at 80% in a 4x4, you get one of the best par maps I've ever seen in a 4x4, and you pay like 30 cents per micromole. The 80% looks like a Lux 640. Nope, this is Medic Grow. I mean, they're tearing it up. I dare anybody to show me a better par map that is not CO2 in a 4x4. I mean, you have 800 on the sides of a par map. That's just unheard of. You know, when they're testing a light, they take the light and they lower it until the very center of the map says 1,000, because you can't go over 1,000 without needing CO2. And then they see how far out it goes. And after it drops under 500, it obviously can't support nug development. So if you think of micromoles or light density as frosting, the canopy as your cake, the further you spread it, the thinner it gets. And you usually don't see anything above really 650 on the sides. You got like 800 on the sides. It's crazy. So that kind of comes back to that previous statement I always make about having an even canopy. Because when they're lowering this light, they're bringing it to 1,000 in the middle, and then they're telling you hang this light 16 inches from your canopy. If you have a big main apex coming out of here, what are you going to determine your light on this one? Because if you determine it on this one, then these bottom ones suffer. If you determine it on the bottom ones, then the top one has too much. So if this is the right amount and this is, what is this, too low, and it goes back and forth. And that's why it's so important to have that even canopy, because you don't want to be basing your hang height on something that's way up here into your light. Small for bar lights, you can get them close. Quantum boards are okay. Yeah, no, definitely check out the par map on this though, on the Fold 8. Like, it'll speak for itself, man. Granted, it is a light that barely fits in here, but at 80%, this is just crazy. And the heat's great, temperatures are great. They've made an amazing Spectrum X light with the TV screen on the front that shows you live spectrum, far red, nanometers. Lets you control your UV and everything. That's the Spectrum X from Medic Grow. Code HWGG works for that too. But yeah, Medic Grow is tearing it up, man. They really are. I had an opportunity to work with a lot of companies, and the par map on this 4x4 for $589 to light a 4x4 beautifully like that, or a 5x5 and pull 36, it's just unheard of. Those prices just don't usually line up with quality. So to buy $589 with code HWGG is just crazy. Yeah, they're thirsty. I really don't feel like watering, guys, but it ain't about what I feel like. It's about what the plant feels like. It looks like this back middle is gonna be our beast girl. She's probably the most developed. That's not saying much for 3 weeks in. We could definitely use a little bit more oomph in their step. We'll see. But yeah, that's why I say so much in every video that you really got to control these main apexes that want to just climb up into your light. Because you're going to do your hang height on something that's way up here and the rest of it's going to suffer. But I definitely wish I got a little more canopy. As you guys see, that's really not a thick canopy. I'm hoping I get a little bit more stretch. Yeah, she didn't do me too well there, but at least she's even at the top. I won't be too mad at her. But yeah, definitely check out that Fold 8 light. I have a whole series on it too. And of course, code HWGG saves you some money. It supports this channel. Gets us more stuff to test for you guys. We're actually going to be testing a trim bag here soon. So that'll be fun. Sorry, I'm just cleaning out. I can't help myself. You see these little freaking suckers. Yeah, I think they need water today. Let's see what they look like. Yeah, maybe not. Yeah, they're good. They solid. How about you? Oh, yeah. They're still pretty wet and cold, Definitely will make it till next watering tomorrow. They look good. Yeah, don't They say, one knuckle down, dry. Don't stick it in there. You'll damage the roots. Your best bet is just to find that loose top layer. Kind of move it over and see how dark it is. Yeah, it's still dark under there. Kind of gives you a good visual of when I like to water. Like right now, this is like tomorrow water. It's still got that darkness underneath it. And that'll make like I think this will go into day 3.5. So it lasts about 3.5 days. If it lasted 2 days, I would know I need to increase the amount of water, but at no point should you increase the frequency or there's something going wrong. People say, well, I have to water every day because it dries out. That probably an indication you're putting way, way not enough water, or probably more the case, you have some heating issues or some low humidity. Same thing with overwatering. People say I didn't put much. Well, first, overwatering is the frequency, not the volume, but sometimes it'll just be they have crappy drainage holes. So a lot of their water is just sitting at the bottom while their top is drying out. Sorry, I'm just cleaning here, picking out stuff. Can't help myself. I'll save some of it for this week's episode, but yeah. Let's see what we get out of this girl. Definitely not as impressive as the 5x5, but she'll do. I actually don't see any runaways. I was going to show you guys a little bit of how to deal with some runaways, but she might be a runaway. I'm going to call her a runaway. Not really, but she's close enough. Let me find her in here. First, I'm going to clean her up so I can see what the hell's going on in here. Clean up some of this bottom here so I can see what the hell's going on. It looks like she is a main, so she's going to be a pretty thick girl, but I think we can work her. So, see if I can do this with one hand. Usually you're doing it with two. We'll try to work her a little bit here. Again, we're trying to bring this in and this kind of down. So we don't want to go for the tip and just bend her down. We want to kind of work this underneath. Just kind of twist them up and down the stem. Lay your butt down. We're trying to lay her down here. Just again, kind of end up burning her. You're usually doing this with two hands, but I don't have two hands. Just don't. She's still a little tall. There we go. Come on, lady. Get down there. Get down and in. Yeah, it's a little tough with one hand, but I'm getting there. I can feel her kind of loosening up. She wants to just do what I tell her to do. I know it. Come on. Let's see. Yeah, she's still a little uneven, huh? Let me switch hands. I'm a little better with my right hand. Let's see who the boss is. Again, we're just kind of, that leaf will get out of my way. Kind of working her all the way up and down. Oop. Damn leaf. We'll do an actual video on this where I have my mount on so I can have both hands and I can move these damn leaves out of the way. Yeah, again, we're just trying to get that elbow. Move, you damn leaf. There it is. We're just trying to create that elbow and soften her up so that she's a little more cooperative to making that elbow for us. Yeah, we can already see she's lowering. We'll see how low she is once I let her go. But there we go. They're almost exactly even, and I haven't lost my canopy. We just kind of worked her into an elbow. Where did we get it? There we go. Kind of worked her out. Was able to get some bend, and you can keep doing that kind of as you go up. Just keep micro branching depending on how much you got to make up for. But yeah, I really don't have enough runaways to really show you an aggressive bend. I can just kind of do a bunch of OCD training where I'm worried about a few millimeters, you know? Yeah, nothing I can really manhandle. And like I said, it'll be way easier when I have two hands. But yeah, these are the blue gelatos. Those are the banana crumbles. Yeah, she's already popping back up a little bit. She's definitely gonna need to be worked on, but like I said, I don't have anything too aggressive. Yeah, she's gonna need to be worked on. Probably with two hands. So yeah, you can see some of my original work in here of topping from 5 down to 3, removing node 1, and then retopping all 4 of these. And then repeating that kind of elbow where it goes up but out at the same time. You can see it right there. You just want to keep repeating that, all the way up so that you're coming outside your pot there. But another good tip is, when people are training, they try to take these as well, and they'll train everything down. And even if you did a proper train where like I said, you're not tying it down, but you're looping it up into an elbow, you're still going to have an empty spot. So these little side shoot interiors here that run off the side, if they were out here, you see how far off that canopy is from everything else. But if you take her, strip her down, she's already stripped for the most part, but for this example, we'll strip this node, strip her down, and throw her into the center. Now, when she's down here, she's obviously got no chance. Now, shoving her into the center, she fills that center for you and gives you some space around your mains. So, yeah, you want to kind of elbow your larger ones. And then, as those kind of elbow out, you start getting your satellite shoots that'll come up and fill the center for you. Get that nice full canopy. Yeah, the whole process is pretty much top once, 5 to 3, remove node 1, and retop everything else that's there from usually like 3 to 2, depending on development. Then you can just train out these mains from the new top right here. There's that elbow. These trainers make that elbow pretty easy to achieve because you can just get her tied down and she'll loop herself right back up and give you that elbow. Then you can clean out that elbow, keep your canopy. But yeah, it's the same training I always do. I think that's actually a side right there. She can go into the middle too. Again, just grab her by her head, pull her in there. Now she's right there instead of, out here. The only thing that should be on the outer are your mains, your 8 mains, all these little bull craps in the middle, like these 3. They should be in the middle. Training these out ain't gonna do you any favor. Your best bet's just to lollipop them a little deeper than you would your actual lollipop, and just save the heads of them. Let them fill your canopy for you. Again, I wish I would have edged these a little bit longer. I feel like I'm gonna fall short on a canopy like that right there is maybe only 7 inch. We'll just have to wait and see. Yeah, we're gonna have to do some clean out like this, just taking out these shoots that we're never gonna make it up, even if you push them in the center. Minimize that larf. I really want to work on that girl some more, but I might just leave her the hell alone, huh? She's really making me look bad. She needs to fucking straighten her ass out. Yeah, I'll get her at some point. Like I said, we'll cover it on the video this week. But yeah, they're looking pretty good. I'll take it. But yeah, usually Happy Frogs, Ocean, Fox Farm Happy Frog and Solo Cup, and then I just up pop from there with Ocean Force. I don't feed in veg, and I only feed every other watering. I'm not very adventurous. I don't have any acids or humic acids or top dress with this or boil some tea with a fish pump or you gotta mend Nemo this. No, I really I don't get all fancy with it for sure. Yo, what's up, Chief? You missed the 5x5. There ain't nothing going on here. Just some little babies, and I was trying I was trying to work her and elbow her out, and she made me look bad. That girl right there, that one, that little stem right there, she made me look bad. You should come take care of her, Chief. Just made me look bad. But yeah, the live right before this, the Spectrum X. That's the one you want to see. Actually, you want to see it. They're getting chopped here tomorrow. That's final. So let's take a peek. It'll probably be taboo, and I'm waiting for all the comments like, "Oh my God, you opened your motherfucking channel when it was in the night cycle. I don't care if it's getting chopped. You're fucking crazy. You crazy, GG." Fuck it. Let's take a peek. Just a peek. That's all we're taking, guys. Come on, they can't get that angry at us if we take a peek, right? Come on, they can't get that angry. Them haters can't be hating that much in the comments over a peek. We just peeking. We just taking a little peek. That's all. Just a little kind of peek at them. There we go. Shabam. Yeah, money. Look at those. That's what we're gonna be chopping tomorrow. I think tomorrow. Yeah, it's gotta happen now. I done committed, right? I done opened this bitch. Look at how frosty she is. Woo! Bring me home, mama. Look at those. They're not big on this plant, but they're frosty. The big girls are over here. Look at that. Ooh, look at that. Oh yeah, I'm ready to chop you ladies tomorrow. Tomorrow is only a day away. Well, really, it's about 12 hours. I'll probably chop her. I was gonna do 24, 48-hour darkness, but I ain't got no time for that. Ain't like it made a difference all the other times I did darkness. Sorry if you agree on that or disagree. But yeah, this is gonna be a hell of a yield in here. Hell of a yield. They look different in the dark. You ladies look different. You look all fresh and shiny. Yeah, it's gonna be one hell of a yield in here. All right. I see you ladies in about 12 hours. I'm gonna kill you. Don't tell nobody. You're gonna die. Just yeah, quiet, quiet, quiet. Don't say anything. They're gonna die. They're gonna fucking die. That's terrible. Easy the better, right, Chief? Like what the hell? We're trying to have lazy man grow. So I feed maybe a total of 8 times, and that's just by a chart. I never read pH, I never read EC, I never do any top dressings with the humic acids, or I just follow a chart. Maybe 7, 8 times in flour, I feed. The rest of it's just add some fucking water and come back 2, 3 days and water them again. Like seriously, I'm so excited. I'm gonna be chopping tomorrow. I'm gonna go live for you guys, chop them live. It's just hard because I don't want you to see my beautiful face. It's legal here, but still don't want you to see my beautiful face. Even though if you find the right channels, I've done a few guest shows where I show my face. You just got to put the pieces together. Hell yeah. Do it up. Crop salt is the same 3 part. Something like the 3 part. Who the hell does that 3 part? Damn it, I forget their name. Jax. Jax does a part A, part B, and an Epsom salt. But yeah, I used to try to look into all the living microbes, top dresser with crab meal, and worm castings, and yeah, fuck all that. I threw this bitch in soil, fed her about 8 times, and moved the fuck on with it. I ain't sad about that. Feed it 8 times and add water. Hell yeah, easy as hell. Same thing with this. They've got one feeding, and they're 3 weeks into flower. I got 5 weeks left, but I'm gonna feed them 3, 4 more times. Um, no, no, it's not usual at all. Blue gelato usually is a hell of a stretcher, especially by week 2. And like I said, I wish I got a little more canopy. I think maybe it's a little too much light because they really didn't give me much of a canopy. They're really just maybe 8 inches. They might gain an inch during some growth because they do continue to do a small amount of stretching during flower, even after the initial stretching period. So hopefully I'll get another inch or so, and we'll be able to get some at least 8 inches. But yeah, they didn't pick up much. It might just be because of the light. You put too much light on them, they just won't pick up off the pot. Like I said, I've never ran it in a 4x4, only a 5x5. But it's at 80% like it's supposed to be. But hopefully we'll get something like this. It's a possibility. This nug's maybe 12 inches, so hopefully we'll get something like this. They're pretty short with legs too. Pretty short legged. But we'll see. This by the time this is hung and dry and trimmed, this will have about 3.5 weeks left, and it'll just kind of be a bonus yield. I grew one to 11 foot tall outdoor this year. Yeah, outdoor you can kind of let them grow tall. You don't need to do shit to them. You don't need to control their apex. In here, you kind of need to control it. Well, you don't kind of. You definitely need to control that apex because again, if you have one apex nug that's shooting up here, if this has the right amount of light, what do these have? And vice versa. If you base it on the low ones, what does the top one have? Too much. So if they're doing a hang height, 1,000 in the middle, and you're basing it on something that's 10 times higher than it, you're not getting the right hang height. And when it comes to height overall, I think a long leg is a waist and veg. Even something like this, you usually want a 1-to-2 ratio, so you want a 1 leg to 2 canopy. So my canopy really should have started here, or if I wanted this same effect, I could have started it down here, making all this wasted veg, wasted time. Yep, flirt with your horse shit. Yeah, horse shit's pretty good, but again, I don't play with that, man. Got my like 5 nutrients bottles. Feed every other water and move the fuck on with my life. Feed maybe 8 times the whole grow and just carry on. What's up, brother? Back on my live. Hell yeah, Brickhouse. Brickhouse does some cool stuff on his channel. He'll challenge himself to do 1 gram dabs and crazy amounts of shots that he knows you shouldn't do. But it's fun to watch that man get drunk and play some badass music on his channel. So if you haven't checked him out, definitely check out his channel. He's very attentive to his audience too. You go in there and he really makes it feel like he's happy to see you. But yeah, I can't wait to take down these girls. This is gonna kill my phone quicker having this light on, but fuck it. Yeah, they come down in the morning, so leave the hating comments down below how I shouldn't shine light on my plants in the dark cycle and a bunch of other stuff. Yeah, but guys, no problem. You're definitely welcoming to everybody that comes in your chat. No drama in there, just a bunch of old school music. Pretty cool. Yeah, these will be down tomorrow, so you can leave the hate comment. But they ain't gonna care tomorrow when I chop them. It's actually helping me get some of this humidity out of here, having this tent door open. I'll take it. I forgot to turn my damn fans back on after the live, so it ran with no fucking fans on. So I could use some time. There's your Spectrum X with the screen on the front. It's off right now because obviously you won't want a screen on in the middle of your fucking dark cycle. Yeah. Yeah, here we are saying goodbye to Blue Gelato. This was an amazing run, though. You know, I never repeat a strain, but Blue Gelato caught my attention. I just had to repeat her. She had everything I wanted. Oh, let me put a link up in case anybody wants to come up and say hi or show me their plants. Or tell me how stupid I am shining this light on my plant right now. Tell me. Let me know. Yeah, I got 20%, 25% battery. I should last a little while. Do I have a lighter though? I spilled an ashtray too. That's terrible. I don't know who's gonna clean that up. Not I, said the wise owl. Not I. Yeah, I'll clean it up. I'm just kidding. I'll totally clean that up. Yeah, I usually don't go live at this hour because these are in the dark and these aren't that interesting. A nice canopy, but definitely short one. It'll be a short fucking canopy. Hopefully it'll just mean density all the way down, or maybe I'll achieve this nug with very, very little legs. So if you ain't subscribed, definitely subscribe. You're gonna want to see what that's about. I sound like that meme where that kid was trying to say subscribe and he couldn't say it. Excuse me. Yeah, hit that subscribe button. Definitely hit the like button. Leave me some comments down below for show. Yes, sir. Hopefully, I have trimmers big enough to break some of these stems off. These are some pretty fatty ones. Good thing I'm not doing whole plant hang. I'd have to snap that big one on the bottom. Good luck with that. Yeah, I think I'm gonna take these down tomorrow, guys. So anybody who watches that Spectrum X, say goodbye to your little friends. Say hello to my little friend. Snip it, snip it, snip, snip. You coming down, lady. You are coming down. Yeah, anybody want to come over, help me trim? I'm just kidding. I'm gonna be testing a trim bag though, so if you're not subscribed, you're definitely gonna want to see me test that trim bag, see how it does, if it beats up the trichomes or whatnot. Yeah, brick house, that. Subscribe, like, comment, ring the bell, find my Patreon. What else YouTubers say? Find me on Instagram, Twitter my Yahoo, and I'll Yelp your Google. I don't know. I'll Snapchat your email. I don't know how it all works, but ring it all. See, that's a lot of wasted leg. I could have achieved that much shorter. I think that's what's going to happen over here. But yeah, usually Blue Gelato has a little bit more stretch, and just seeing that they're both really not stretching terribly, I would say that that light's a bit too much. MySpace, yeah, MySpace, my Google, and I'll Twitter your Yahoo. MySpace, wow. That's how I met my partner. MySpace. Been together like 11 years, married, I don't know, 4 or 5 or something. You're asking the wrong person, but together for a long time. MySpace, so old school. Yeah, I'll probably be live for another 20 minutes or so until my phone dies. But yeah, if anybody wants to come up, the link is in the chat. Light them, burn them, smoke them. Let's get them busy. Vape it, eat it, dab it, whatever the hell you got to do, get it done. Yeah, these are coming down tomorrow, probably right before lights on. Might go live. Depends on the position I can set my camera up in. If not, I'll definitely record pieces of it. I can put a video out to you guys. But yeah, hopefully by the time these are, dried and trimmed. These will be about 3.5, 4 weeks from finishing. And then those will be about 5 week veg, and they'll go into here. And those will flip. So when these are harvested, these will have the new ones in here will have like 4 weeks left, maybe 4.5. So the perpetual just keeps turning. Gotta keep things going. Yeah, you can find me on Instagram as well, hemp with GG. But if you're not subscribed, definitely subscribe. I've been doing way more lives, like way more lives. I've been trying out shorts. We're doing different series. I got some exciting things going on the 2x2. Little hint that one of them is going to be a rump muffins, which is one of the most watched series on my playlist, and most watched videos with rump muffins. So there's going to be a rump muffins #2. Going to be ending up in this tent. Yeah, it'll end up in this one, being flowered under the Spectrum X. Never seen it off before. That looks weird. But yeah, say goodbye to these girls. They are gone. But we'll have new ones to look at soon. They'll be fat and healthy soon enough. Before you know it. Before you know it, they'll be all fat and healthy as well. There's a jug of water over here. There's actually water in it. I don't know what that's about. Maybe I never finished feeding somebody. Oh, well. Shorts do good. Yeah, shorts do good. Do good. I like my shorts. See? I got them on. I'm just kidding. I know what you're talking about. Talking about shorts, YouTube shorts. Yeah, no, they definitely they get some good traffic, but cannabis community is a little shadowed. But I've talked to a few people that say that they found me based on algorithm. They were just looking up something or just searching, and they got recommended to my channel. So shout out to YouTube for not shadow blocking my ass. For being nice. Maybe my hemp name helps them. This is all THC, baby. Yeah, tune in tomorrow. I might go live chopping these ladies around 4:20 EST. I've smoked too many joints to be doing that shit. EST, yeah, Eastern Standard Time. Yeah, that's how I found you, Brick House. I think I looked up 4:20 live and you popped up. You were playing some good music, so I definitely had to check you out. Yeah, these girls are crazy, man. I pulled all their leaves a few days ago. It might have been last night. Again, too damn late or early, however you want to look at it, for my brain to think. Yeah, gonna be one hell of a yield, guys. It was one hell of a job getting here. One hell of a journey. One hell of a fight. Trying to hit that 1,000 subscribers before December 3rd. That'll be my 1 year YouTube mark. So if you haven't shared him with Gigi with a friend yet, think about this guy who's super stoned, who's awake at freaking 5 in the morning, subscribe and like this show. It's a lot of work running a YouTube, especially one that you do editing and stuff on. When you're trying to run multiple flower tents, do YouTube. Sometimes there's stuff I want to do to my plants, and it's like, oh, I gotta wait till I do a video on it. So I definitely think about the GG family. I found you from watching Grow Boss. I believe that, Sam. Grow Boss has definitely reviewed my garden. God, like 7 times alone this month, he's reviewed my garden. All good things. But if you dive deep enough, there was a 2x2 of mine that he did not like my training. But I'd be wrong to disagree. There's definitely some weird training. First time doing clones, I definitely did all right, but I could have pulled more. But yeah, Girl Boss doesn't usually compliment many people, and he thinks highly of me, and I appreciate that for sure. You know, definitely appreciate his support. There's some practices that I don't agree with, but he gets the job done. You know, he ain't gonna hold your hand while he does it, but he'll get the job done. What's up, Min Min? Min Min? I don't know how to pronounce your name, but that's what I'm gonna call you while I fall asleep on this bench. Try to stay awake a little longer for you guys, at least until I finish this joint and maybe a cigarette. Really need some coffee. Who's got coffee? Wake my ass up. Anybody? Coffee? I'll trade you this nug right here, this one, for a cup of coffee. You hook a brother up with a cup of coffee for this? It's got to dry at least into a half ounce, and maybe a little more. Come on, that's at least worth a cup of coffee, light and sweet. You know. Yeah, this should be harvested not too long ago. Yeah, I prefer you be dressed. Yeah, for sure. Dude, I don't know why sometimes it'll automatically put those up for me. Sometimes I gotta click them. I don't know what that's about. S'mores was trying to do a live about making money. I don't know who that is, but I hope that he was able to help people make some money. Then they can buy some Medic Grow Lights with code HWGG, you know? Gotta put my plug there. But really, you know, if you don't know how to grow, I don't care if you have the best light in the world. Your plant's gonna suffer. That's why I review grow equipment and give you tips and tricks on how to keep your plants happy and healthy. Wow, I'm definitely deprived. You know how many times I say that saying and I barely remember it. Yeah, drunk right now, huh? Hell yeah, homebrew. Homebrew reminds me of that fucking app you used to use, or software for hacking Nintendo Switches. I think that was called Homebrew as well, or something like that. Facts. Yeah, I'm too sleep deprived and stoned to know what we're facting about. It's probably something I said, but I won't remember it. I forgot what we were even talking about. Dropping joints on my shirt. It's getting dangerous over here, boys and girls. Sleep deprived GG. Getting stoned. You want to hit? You want to hit? Go ahead, hit that. Look at that resin. No, hit it. You might have that V19 though. I should have told you before you hit that. I might have that V19. Just joking. About growing and not knowing the plants. Suffering. Yeah, 100%. You know, you can have the best equipment. I've seen it. Help you reach. Yeah, I've seen it, man. I've helped my friends buy the right equipment, the right airflow, the right fancy CFM and VPD, and you know the right micromolds and the watts per efficiency. I've helped them, you know, set it all up for them. I've ran all their link birds, all this fancy equipment everybody talks about. I've done it. But if you don't know how to shape, train, and water your plant, you're screwed. I don't care what I give you. You zonked as well. Thumbs up. Hell yeah, man. I like that car picture you got. Bring that back up for a minute. What is that? I don't want to call it a Mustang and then a car person get mad at me, but it looked like, uh, yeah, it looked like a Mustang. I don't know what that is. But yeah, I think the hardest thing to learn for new growers, I wouldn't even say it's feeding, because there's charts for that. The hardest thing for all new growers will be watering. You will overwater, you will underwater repeatedly, and there's no chart for it. You know, I can show you how to top. You can gather that in a few seconds. Hell, I can show you how to super crop. You'll gather that in a few minutes. I can show you how to install a stick, support a bud. I can show you how to lollipop default. Show you all that. Show you how to mix feeds. That's great. But the watering's tough because every environment's going to be different. It's an ODI. Okay. It's an R8. Fancy words, but yeah, I could. Every environment's going to be different. You could have a day where it's hot and your soil's running low, or you could have a smaller root zone. Nobody's going to be able to tell you, if you have a 5 gallon pot, add 1 gallon of water. It just doesn't work that way. The best way I tell people to learn their watering is go ahead. If you think that 5 gallon can handle a half-gallon of water because you're not getting much runoff, water to half-gallon, come back day 2, move the top. If on day 2 that is super dry, then you obviously know a gallon wasn't enough. Now on day 3, if it's still super duper wet and you're like, oh my God, I might have to go to day 4 or 5, then you know that half-gallon might have been too much for their current root zone or your current environment. You may have a high humidity and hold a lot of moisture in your soil. So that's probably the hardest thing all new growers will ever have to learn is watering. I can't give you a chart for it. I can't come and show you it once. I can kind of show you what you're looking for before you water, but you're going to try to have to fall on that wet dry cycle every 3 to 4 days. As soon as you water soil, you no longer have oxygen. Overwater is not the amount of water, it's the frequency of water. I could pour a gallon, 4 gallons, 5 gallons through this pot right now. I might flush some nutrients out, but I'm not overwatered. Now, if I come back the next day or it takes 6 days to dry out, you might have overwater, and that's where you'll get grunts and stuff. But you also don't want to underwater to the point that as soon as you pour water into this, water pours out of the bottom immediately. That would mean your soil is going hydrophobic. The best way to fix that is to grab a sprayer and slowly add water. Come back. So let's say you put a gallon through here. That's your water for your environment. You'd put your gallon in here, but you'd put it in segments. Like you would take your gallon and if you're pouring it, put a little bit, kind of tilt the pot a little bit so you can spread that water around the top. Come back 30 minutes later, and then go ahead and water again. A little bit more of that gallon, a little bit more of that gallon to kind of rehydrate that that hydrophobic issue you're having. But yeah, that's the one thing I can't teach a new grower is how to water. It'll be the toughest thing you ever learn. I can't come to your house and show you once. It's all going to change. You could have a system down where you think, okay, I'm watering a gallon every 3 days, but then you have a cold day, or you have a plant that's really, really thirsty, aspiring way more. You have microclimates. It's really not something that anybody can give you a chart for. You're gonna have to come in and read your soil, read your plant. Another good tip is some people will be sagging plants and they'll think, okay, well that's an overwater, that's an underwater. I find the best way to tell is actually by the leaf stem. I think it'll be better to show you the leaf stem over here. It seems like a thirsty plant. This stem here, see how this stem is sticking straight up? A thirsty plant, when it needs water, the leaf and the stem will both sag like this. When it's overwatered, you have a really swollen stem and super saggy leaves. And that's when that's just another way that you can kind of read your plants and figure out what you may be doing. But your best bet is to start with your pot. Pick it up. Does it feel light? Does it feel like just a bag of light soil? Because sometimes you can have microclimates where it's drying out really fast on the top due to some airflow or just some heating issues and still have a lot of moisture underneath. So without knowing your environment, when you're trying to dial it in, finger trick by itself sometimes isn't enough. Give it a good old pick up. Yeah, pretty much what he just said, lift the container, fill the weight, 100%. But after you've dialed in your environment, you kind of get an idea of what the top of your soil looks like. Like I know this can last until tomorrow. It's a little wet, a little dry. Yeah, she's cold in there. You can tell it's still got some moisture to her. So we'll be watering her tomorrow. I think it's actually feeding day. I'll have to check the charts. But yeah, she still got some moisture under there. Could you water her? Yeah, but she ain't gonna hurt to go another 12 hours, 13, something like that, until she gets some more water. She looks good though. At least the blue gelatos look good. But yeah, it's probably the one thing I can't give a grower is a watering chart. I can tell you what you're looking for. You're looking to go from wet to dry every 3, maybe 4 days. Near the end, you go more towards the 2 days. But even with me, like things have changed. This is the longest veg plants I've done, and these used to take a max of a gallon each every 2 days, and the end of flower. These are now up to almost 2 gallons each, and they'll dry on day 2. So some really big root zones in these 5 gallon pots. They look much bigger in the dark. Must be why people have sex with the lights off. Everything looks bigger. Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, that's a good tip. Lift your pots, move the dirt a little bit. These are obviously super dry. These should have been watered yesterday, but if I'm gonna chop these, I don't want to water them. Not had any problem with fungus because I really control my humidity. But even if you're running high humidity, I've seen people run 70 in flower and not get mold. You just need a lot of airflow. Airflow is key when it comes to controlling humidity. When it comes to fungus grunts, they're usually caused by overwatering, like 99% of the time. It's caused by overwatering. I find the best way to deal with them, if you have them, is obviously get some of those stickies. They're yellow sticky traps. You can buy them on Amazon and pretty much any grocery store. But yellow sticky traps, those will kind of help you monitor how bad the bugs are. Just put a trap in here and change it out every day you're in there and get them monitoring. But what you really want to do is dry out the top of your soil. The good way is to take a floor fan. There's one back there somewhere. Take a floor fan and blow a lot of air across your soil. You need to break that cycle of them having babies. They only can live in like the first inch and a half of your soil. So if you can do a real good dry out of them, I mean, to the point your plants are on that day where they're like, oh my God, I want water, I'm saggy. And if you can't really take it to that point, and you feel like, you've checked your tag and you still have bugs, there is some diatomaceous soil you can use. But again, I don't use anything like that, even if it's natural. At that point, if it was, at the point my plants are sagging, I've dried it out, and my tag is still showing bugs, me personally, I would just do some bottom feeding for that day, and then 2 or 3 days later, you can check your tag again, see if you have any grunts on your fungus grunts on your yellow tags. But my buddy just had the same issue. I had him leave it dry. He didn't water for about 4.5 days, and on day 4 there was no stickies, nothing on the sticky. We were able to break their cycle. Some people will also put play sand. That'll keep them from being able to lay their eggs into the soil. But pretty much all soil comes with fungus grunts. It's just giving them the environment to live. Usually by day 4.5, if your soil's still pretty wet, there's a good chance you're going to get bugs. But there's usually a lot of natural ways to deal with it. And for a quick fix, you can get diatomaceous soil and just throw it on the top. Diatomaceous soil almost like acts like a fiberglass. It'll cut them. But yeah, when it comes to fungus, your good bet is try not to over squeeze the tent. Leaves laying on top of each other can be a good starting, especially if you're in an environment that has high humidity to begin with. But airflow is probably key. There's a fan in the back, a fan in the back corner, the big hurricane fan, a fan over here. There's a fan down there, an oscillating fan there. Then there's a fan hidden behind that one too. And then I have my intake exhaust fans, the 6-inch and the 4-inch, along with my 70-pint dehumidifier by the intake, along with an AC in the lung room. So, airflow is key. Yeah, perlite can work too. You just really got to make that top soil uninviting to them. Be it diatomaceous soil for the fact it cuts them, or sand because they can't burrow their babies in it, or clover oil, like you're saying. There's different ways to definitely deal with them. But overall, the toughest thing any new grower is going to learn is watering. There's nothing I can really do other than tell you, read your soil, add what you think is right, come back on day 2, feel it. If it's really dry, then you're probably under what you should have added if it's already dry on day 2. Day 3, if it's at the point kind of like those are where you could water them, but you could wait, then you've really hit it on the nail, because some days you don't feel like watering on day 2, but you want to be able to make it to day 3. Like those just got up to 75% of a gallon because half gallon just wasn't enough for them anymore. They were drying out on day 2. Yeah, these get chopped here very soon. In about 11 hours, these will be chopped. Chop it, chop, 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 chop it, chop, chop. Oh, I'm so sleep deprived. Just bear with me on this. Oh, do you see those ashes? I just fucking had to burn down my tent, man. Jeez, I can't burn it yet. I gotta harvest it. Gotta harvest it before I fucking burn it, right? Jeez, thinking about starting a podcast if I had the time, by the way. Have some guests up and shit. I know some people in the grow community that might come up on panel. But we'll see. Phone's gonna warn me it's dying here soon. But yeah, there's some late night tips and tricks to keep some plants happy and healthy. If you haven't subscribed, hopefully I've earned your subscription. I'm not gonna beg for it. I want to earn it because subscriptions that don't watch your content actually hurt the algorithm. You know, having people subscribe just to subscribe, it doesn't help you because your subscription to watch ratio is pretty bad. So if you're gonna watch my content, go ahead and subscribe. If not, you're welcome to jump in the live still and chit chat and check out plants. You know, there might be reasons you don't want to subscribe, but I bet if you subscribe, your plants like they grow bigger overnight. I heard about it. It was on the news. You know, you subscribe to hemp with Gigi, like them plants grow bigger than you ever seen. It's that magic secret recipe. You use code HWGG on a light, you save 10% and get a light. That's pretty much it there. Hey, Nib. You're from Frosty's channel. Or not Frosty. God, I'm sleep deprived and stoned. Shit talking with Eagle. I think that's the channel you're from. Yeah, I think I'm gonna end up taking these girls down tomorrow. I don't think I'm gonna do the shit talking with Eagle. I don't think I'm gonna do the 48 hours this time. I think I'm just gonna take these down tomorrow right before lights on. See my other tent though, Nib. Nib. I don't know how you pronounce your name. Taught me too many joints ago to figure it out. These are 4 blue gelatos, and those are my 2 bananas. But this is where the canopy starts, man. Canopy starts in veg. Starts in early flower. This is where you start getting that shape. Again, I wish it kind of vegged up a little bit more. I wish I could have got a little bit taller canopy. But overall, it's not bad. Hopefully we'll get some like 8-inch big old colas out of it. But this is where it starts, man. Starts in the veg tent, starts early flower. Get that shape. Top them down. Train them out. Bend them, snap them, twist them. Show them where the boss is. Yeah, make them bigger than the pot. You shouldn't see your pot when you look down. There should be no pot. If it is, you're growing more dirt than you are a plant. You know, you see a lot of people put these little tiny plants in this big, like 1 or 2 gallon, and 50% of the surface is dirt. You're growing dirt. And then, like I said, the hardest thing to learn is watering. So if you're putting a plant that has a root structure or a root base that is just way smaller than the pot, you're going to have issues where it just can't use up the amount of water you're given, or it's isolated in certain areas that the roots can't pick. Thanks, Neeb. Yeah, these are looking good. Can't wait to chop that 5x5. But yeah, I think there's some people in the community that'll call people that put small plants in big pots dirt growers. I think it's just best to explain that it can kind of slow down your plant and make figuring out watering habits a little bit harder. You know, keep them in a solo cup a little bit longer. Got some babies over here if you want to see some babies while we're here. We done looked at every tent. I think these are about 2 weeks old. Yeah, she'll stay in here for a while. You know, she can stay in here probably until first topping in LST. You know, get her first topping in, tie down those 2 news, bring her outside of the pot. You know, we're almost there. You know, I just want to fill her out a little bit, get some new tops, train her out, flip her over into a 1 gallon. I did this with a screwdriver, by the way. Kind of made an air pot effect. We'll see how that affects me when it comes to getting these out. But Overall, they look pretty good. They look pretty good. Yeah, this is a little baby tent. This is where I kind of do all my small little babies. I throw out the ones that don't quite make it, you know. But yeah, veg in this tent and flower in the others. It's the only way to get a true perpetual. You see how weird this leaf is? She's a weird one, but what are we at here? 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 nodes in a solo cup. You know, we'll definitely get our first topping out of these. But a lot of people will take something like even this small and freaking throw it into a 1 gallon. This is a one I had to plan emergency because the other one I didn't like the look of. She had to go. But yeah, you really want to keep them in pots that are relevant to their size. It's just going to make your watering 10 times harder if you don't. When you look down, you really don't want to see your pot. You want to be outside that pot range. You're going to see it in this one because obviously all the leaves have been removed because they're getting chopped tomorrow. Go ahead, leave the hate comments that I'm making in the dark, but if they get chopped tomorrow, guys, it'd be all right. They won't give a shit. But yeah, subscribe so you can see when I go live and chop these. I might chop these live. Just ate 600 milligram crispy treat, so good. Oh my gosh, Chef, I'm so sorry you did that. I ate a 600 milligram fucking nerd rope and I was shaking in the corner. I thought I was dying. Couldn't freaking stop puking. It was bad, man. It was life scarring. But yeah, these girls come down tomorrow. Woo! So yeah, when these are down and in a trim bag, these should be 4 weeks from finishing. These should be 3-week flower. I'll be a little behind on my perpetual, but be pretty damn close. I think these are about 2 weeks. But yeah, it really starts from when they're small. When these get to 6 nodes, I'll go ahead and top them down. Top them down to node 3, removing node 1. And then retopping all the 4, kind of like we did over here. You know, you can see there was a node down here. I removed it and just kind of buried it. Then we have these are a new top. So that's where we topped. And these are the 2 that came up. And then you have the 2 on node 2 that you saved. And then you just come through, top all these. Take all these that kind of hang out down on the side. These artilleries that run off. Shove them into the middle. Shove them in there. Now they're up there. And then we kind of just worked our mains out. So we have these 8 primary mains, and then all the ones to fill the middle. And you can see that kind of in later stages as we go. We've made our first top, our second top. We've trained everything out. We flipped them to flower. We did our lollipopping. And then you come here where you kind of do your secondary lollipopping, where you're taking these satellites and just cleaning them up, getting all that larf out of there, just saving that real dense head. And you can kind of see the effect of all of our training. How we shoved these into the middle, all these small stems, shoved them into the middle, elbowed this out, lollipopped it all. And then you can see we have pretty much our 8 mains. We actually have a few more on here that are artilleries that just came up real fat. It's kind of hard because they're all squeezed together. But you can see how there's 4 mains here. Then there's 1, 2, 3, 4 mains here. And then these were all the ones that we pushed up into the center, kind of lollipopped up. So you kind of fill that center with all those artilleries that come off of these mains that you've lollipopped and trained out. And you get those 8 big old colas. Big old, sorry, I'm back asleep. Got a little excited. I'll shake her too. Don't want her to feel jealous, you know. These are my 2 favorites. And that back right, she's pretty nice. Fans blowing in your ear. I sound like an alien. Woo! Give me a dance, lady. Yeah, these are getting chopped tomorrow, so I don't care that I'm shining light on them. Leave the hate comments down below. Hey, haters work on the algorithm too. It don't matter what they're saying, as long as they're commenting, watching, liking, and ringing that bell. Using code HWGG, getting Medic Grow Life 10% off. And supporting this channel. I don't care if you a hater or not. Yeah, you ain't lying, right? Chief, watch your eyeballs. Somebody put one of these through their goddamn eye, lost an eyeball. Yeah. Watch your sticks, girls. Put little balls or tennis balls or something on them. Them be eye pokers. Good morning, real. What you want to show me coffee? I'm out of coffee. My coffee's all empty. You want to show me coffee? The hell? Share some coffee. I'll give you one of these. You can have this one. Nah, I like that one. Maybe you have. Nah, I like that one. You can't have any of them. Just give me some coffee. Just give me the goddamn coffee. She's gonna be the smallest yielder. She didn't fade much, but damn, did she come up with a lot of apex stems here. Ooh, mama, you gonna be fun to trim, aren't you? Smack it around. Yeah. Plant trainers are great for that. Yeah, plant trainers work pretty good. This was all done by hand, though. This was bending, snapping, breaking, twisting, lollipopping, LST. You know, fold some leaves, slow them down, take away some apexes. Shabam! This is the tallest girl. She's pretty tall. Watch your eyeballs. Watch them. Watch them. Ah, watch them. Yeah. She's a pretty tall girl. She really squared herself out here. Womp, 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 womp. Let me see them tootsie roll. 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 Watcha, watcha, watcha. Yep. I'm going crazy. Disinfecting the ladies before lights off. Getting frosty up in here. Hell yeah, Real's getting frosty. I haven't really looked at my ladies in the dark. This is the first time I've actually ever came in here other than when I'm chopping them. Wow, she really spidered out. Look how open she is now. She really just fell open. She's like, stop fucking hitting me. Stop beating me up. Fuck you, lady. But yeah, we're going to sneak in here right before the light's on. Just snip, 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 snip. Put some scotch tape on them so I can keep the phenos apart. Same strain, different phenos. But yeah, training starts in the veg tent. Then you go to your larger tent, get some more training in, and then you end here. That's basically the whole cycle. They're usually never shown at the same time. So there you go. Veg that shit to 6, top it down to 3. Train out those in a solo cup, you know, just a little bending, twisting, super crop both your mains down. Bring them into their 1 gallon, get their second top in, transplant them to a 3-gallon, veg them for about a week, take them through day 5, and fucking flip them to flour in a few days. You'll be all right. Plant trainers, shrog net, cages, like tomato cages, celium. The only problem I have with tomato cages is the fact that they are round. And they don't really go outside of a circumference of a 5-gallon. And even if you buy the big ones, again, they're round. You can't put, you know, we're trying to fill a square tent with round plants. It's just, we learned in kindergarten, circles and squares don't go together. You know, you can't put a square in a circle, can't put a circle in a square. So kind of nice to get a squared out cage if you're gonna do it. I've seen some people make some homemade shrogs, but yeah, tomato cages not really my thing. I tried them and I couldn't really get it outside the circumference of the pot, even if you like weaved up under and bent. And when it comes to shrog nets, I hate them, man, because I pull this plant out because I hand water. I'll pull this plant out, sit in the middle, and then I can water everybody. So if it's in a net, I can't really take it out. But 100%, I think nets will give you the best coverage of canopy. Get a nug in every trellis hole. You've done your job. But I just can't do nets. I hate it. So don't poke an eye out. I'm trying, man. You know, I almost ran into one. I mean, a sharp one right there. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Would you look at that? Yeah, that one almost got me. That's a dangerous one. I like the plant bends. Been using them a few months now. The plant bends. I don't know what those are, but I got some 3D plant trainers from Frosty. Them shits be great. Wish I could buy more from him. He needs to freaking release those already. They do go on the outside of the pot and can move them, and they have a trellis on the top. Oh, I don't know what those are, but I just bought stupid ass tomato cages from a hardware store. Guess I bought the wrong thing. Yeah, money. Yeah, you can see that elbow right there. How she just came up and she was immediately bent out before she was retopped. You know, starts in that starts over here. Get them bitches to 5 or 6, top them down to 3, remove node 1. Bring them over into the next tent. Start training them. Bring them over to this tent. Get them in there busy enough to flower. Don't the plants get lonely in the back? Aw, you're right, man. Those plants are probably lonely. We should go say hi to them. Let's go together. Come on. You talking about this girl back here? Oh, what's wrong with her? She having a bad day? Let's help her out. Give her a little attention. She is having a bad day. That bitch be falling over. Oh, yeah, no, she smells good. It smells great in here. It smells so great. I'm gonna live in there. I think I can fit a bed like right up under there. You know, I sleep right there. Nobody will care. I sleep right there. Yeah, they get lonely, huh? And then, these girls over here, they have to watch these get chopped, and they have to know what's coming. They know they're gonna go from there, get tortured, and then be killed. Ooh, you just shared my link. Look at that. Look at that. Take notes. Sharing links. I'm trying to hit that 1,000 subscribers by December 3rd. That'll be the 1 year mark on YouTube. If I don't, I don't. Because believe me, I never thought I'd have this many subscribers, not even a year in. So I appreciate all the love. More than you guys know, man. Just showing up to the live saying hi, that's enough. But when you subscribe as well, it really helps this channel. Helps me get more equipment to test for you guys. But equipment ain't everything. That's why I test grow equipment and give you tips and tricks to keep your plants happy and healthy. That's why I'm so hesitant on doing nutrients. There's so many opinions out there, but I do plan on doing a nutrient video at some point. Can't stop the haters. Appreciate you sharing my link though. Sleep deprived and need coffee. Wasn't it Chief? Was it Chief showing me coffee? I think that's who it was. Oh, I'm sorry, unknown. That you were in the hospital. I didn't see that. All good now. Thank God you're okay, man. I'm glad. Glad you're doing well, man. We're gonna be chopping these girls tomorrow, so I'm ready for that. If you guys haven't seen her, hit the subscribe button and go check out the X Spectrum series. And you'll see all the beauty of these girls. You'll see them when they're little babies, little babies. And when they were going into flower. But yeah, I wish these stretched just a little bit more. They really didn't stretch that much, but at least I got my nice even canopy again. Always aim for that even canopy. Might be a few assholes that, need some training, push her in and down, like that. We'll get there. I kind of need both hands to work her. But yeah, anybody who wants to share hemp with Gigi, we can always use new fam. New fam, yeah, these are 3 weeks today. 3 weeks today. My phone's gonna die pretty soon, but fuck it. I'm gonna rock it till it dies, guys. Unless at least until it's at 2%. Yeah. If you're in here, definitely hit that like button. We got 10 people. I don't know how many likes we have. It doesn't let me see that. But it is super early in the morning, so I deserve a like at least. Hit the subscribe button and make sure you're watching when I chop these ladies. Woo, do a little dance. Get down and that. Do a little dance. Get down and that. Yeah, make sure you guys are subscribed to see me take down all these ladies. Like, woo, it's just big on bigger. Look at that one back there. 13 likes. Look at that. 10 people, 13 likes. Heck yeah. The video I just did was pretty good too when these were on. We did a lot of talk about training and everything. A lot of talk about lighting and pest control and breeding. Like, last live was definitely full of some good information too. But yeah, we're gonna chop these ladies here soon enough. And zero haters. I'm not big enough for haters. I got one once, but you got to get pretty big to get some haters. That's when I know I made it. That's how I know I made it. Yeah, it's a big ass stem right there. Woo, mama. Yeah, I gotta unplug this light. Make sure it doesn't come on tomorrow at 4 or today at 4. Whatever time it is. Who don't know. God, do I wish that was true, man. Go to Discord. See that pissing contest. Some new grower posted, how do I get my plant to be big? Or how do I get big nugs? Or what's wrong with my plant? And all you get is a bunch of elitist assholes that, they don't even help the person. They're just like, hey, look at my big bud. I'm growing bigger buds. Yeah, it really becomes a pissing contest on Discord. I've been there. Discord is just straight up, you know, I don't want to help you. I just want to show you my shit. Tell you how shitty of a grower you are. That's what Discord is. So I'd like to say marijuana or cannabis is all growers love, but not. There's a lot of dick measuring in this game. And it usually involves these ones, these big old donkey dicks. You know, started my channel because I wanted to help people because I found a few people that helped me. Discord is the devil. You ain't freaking lying, man. It is the devil. We're at 7% battery. When we get to 5%, I'll start doing my wrap up. But I appreciate everybody that came in here for this 2 hour live. But these banana combos, they're looking good. I'm ready to start getting these to look like that. Some big fat girls for you guys. So I have something pretty to show. Can't believe that girl made me look bad. That one right there. I was trying to freaking work her stems. It made me look bad. Supposed to go down, 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 but then go up. Why won't you listen to me? Yeah, I'm gonna have to tie her like that. Get that elbow in there, but not lose my canopy. You know what I mean? Yeah. We'll just slow her down a little bit. We're not asking for it to separate, just slow down. Kind of bring that tip down. It'll take her, a good, I'm hoping around 10 hours or so to kind of bend herself back up. She's like, fuck you, I'm coming up right now, you son bitch. Yeah, let's leave her alone. She makes me look bad all day. Yeah, you can fold these leaves too to kind of slow her down. That's a good trick. You take these two, it kind of helps hold her down. Like I said, you won't destroy the connections of it. You'll just kind of slow her down because she was a bit taller than everybody else. But again, that's another two-hand project. But these babies are looking good. Except for her, like I said, she might actually get replaced. I'm not sure how I like that leaf structure. That's why I plant so many, and I'm not afraid to throw things out. I'll waste the $10 to have a proper genetics from the start, especially when you're starting with seeds. Your starter leaves look pretty healthy, but new growth looks pretty normal. It's just these first three-finger leaves. I don't like the way they look. She looks probably the best uniform. She's got nice flat leaves, good shape, good structure. Cheers, Union. We're just looking at some babies. We also looking at the new babies that are 3 weeks into flower. We had our nice even canopy started. And then we're looking at the final project, which gets chopped tomorrow. This girl. Yep, she gets chopped tomorrow. I just turned off my flashlight because my phone's dying. That's how much it hates. But yeah, we're about at that 2 hour mark anyways, guys. So I hope you enjoyed looking at this. Like I said, hit the subscribe button so you can see what the hell this ended up yielding. And like I said, that's some new series we're starting. So we're going to be doing some from the beginning, how to top for the first time, how to second top, how to LST, how to deal with little bastards that don't listen. Ooh, we'll cover that. Don't you worry. You're going to see pain this week, little girl. But yeah, definitely enjoying the blue gelatos, kind of enjoying the banana crumbles. But my phone's gonna die, so I'm glad I was able to do 2 lives tonight. I think the last one was 3 hours. This is 2 hours. So, if you like my content, hit subscribe. And as always, keep growing. Happy, healthy plants. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, and ring the bell.